What's up, guys? How you doing? Bitcoin Bully back with another weekly update, and I'm going to start off giving my 2 cents about the Celsius situation. Okay, now every time I Google Celsius news, it's just person after person, especially on Twitter and Reddit and stuff, saying that Celsius is dead and you've lost your money. So I'm here to tell you to just breathe, be calm for a second, and let's walk through why they might pause withdrawals and not send ourselves into a panic attack, because we know that's not healthy, all right? Now, Celsius is obviously a lending platform. You can put your money in there and use it as collateral to borrow money, and you can also put your crypto in there and earn rewards. And so what's happened is they've taken money from people that are earning interest and they've lent it out to people. And now those people that they've lent it out to, they have that money, right? And Celsius is owed that money from these people and they're getting interest from it. But in the meantime, because they've lent so much of it out and people have started withdrawing the money from Celsius, if people just keep on withdrawing, then they're going to run out of money to give the people that are withdrawing it. But does that mean they're going to go insolvent? Does it mean that they're about to go under? No, because they've got billions of dollars owed to them from people that they've lent it out to, that they're earning interest from. So pausing withdrawals is just saying, whoa, hold on, we actually need to get some money back from people that have borrowed it from us. So in the meantime, you guys can't keep taking your cash out. So it's a sticky situation, but more than anything, it's likely that it just needs a bit of time. Celsius's reputation's kind of going down the drain right now, so I don't know if they're ever going to be able to recover, but this industry is filled with heavyweights that aren't going to just let this is all my own opinion, right? It's not financial advice. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. But this industry's got heavyweights that I believe won't let Celsius fail, because it's also a really profitable company. If they're lending money out at 10% and you're lending money and you're putting your money in there and earning 7%, that's a 3% sort of haircut off the top that they can take. So with the right structure in place, it should be a really, really profitable business. And we can see that from companies like Nexo that are thriving. So someone's going to want to take it off their hands. Nexo is actually already, let's have a look. Nexo tweets Celsius. Nexo's already said that it wants to put in an offer to buy Celsius, and they're going to discuss it publicly. One sec. And so I've had something like this happen before, right? Anyway, I'll search it in a sec, but I've had something like this happen before where I had an exchange called Liquid, and they actually had a hack, and they lost half of their money to a hack. And it's a really big exchange in Japan, and instead of them just going under, FTX just came in and bought them at a discounted price. And so right now, with all this shit going on, there's an opportunity for bigger companies to come in and acquire a company at a really, really good price. I mean, they got 1.6 million users, or have 1.6 million users. Billions of dollars in assets under management. People aren't just going to, in my opinion, let that just go down the drain. There's opportunities. The market's full of people that can sniff at these opportunities. So this is the Nexo tweet 55 minutes ago. Show this thread. It says that we firmly believe that acquiring all or part of Celsius's qualifying and outstanding collateralized loan receivables will go a long way in providing immediate liquidity to Celsius clients. We're still waiting to hear from their management. So that's a second tweet. So they've already tweeted one before saying that they're liquid, they're in a position that they would be able to come in and do something like this. And so then Celsius is just going to come under immense pressure from its customers saying, hey, take the fucking deal. We want our money back, right? And I've got some cash in Celsius. So, I've been feeling the pain of doing a lot of research on this, but we can see, Nexo's in a solid liquidity position to readily acquire any remaining qualifying assets of Celsius. So there's already these big whales coming in to sniff it out. So you just got to remember that all these people owe Celsius money that they've borrowed from. That money is safe because these people have put up collateral to take that loan out. And so if their collateral comes down because the price of crypto is crashing, then eventually Celsius sells that collateral into US dollars. So that cash, as long as their book's been audited and they're doing the due diligence on the back end, which I'm sure they will have been, or there's a fucking huge lawsuit coming up, I'm sure they would have been. It means that the cash is just owed to Celsius, but they don't have it liquid right now. So it's a liquidity issue, which doesn't mean they're going to go insolvent. It means that a big wig comes in, bails them out, or it means we have to sit on the sidelines. So I'm sorry for people that have to, that urgently need their money from Celsius. That must be really painful, and I feel for you. But also, try not to go through all the threads and read all the shit that's saying Celsius is dead, you lost your money, I told you so, because it's jumping to conclusions. And just like before when my old Japanese exchange Liquid got bought out by FTX, I expect something similar to happen again. So let's look at price. Guys, these are my markets. It's fucking, this is exactly what I've been waiting for a really long time. I don't normally go crazy saying I'm hungry for buys, but back in March when the price is up above 40,000, I was speaking about May having a bottom in the low 20,000. So I've been hanging on the sidelines for a while, wanting stuff like this, and it's on my YouTube. Oh, guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. So, I've been going into Bitcoin. Anything below 30, I've been going in. So my average has been about, $27,500, $28,000 for each one. So in a good position with that. And we've also been talking about as far back as 23rd of March, even the 3rd of March, talking about how Bitcoin dominance was in a Wyckoff pattern and it was about to shoot up. So we haven't, if you've been following the channel, I've been posting about this on the channel as well in a big way. If you've been following the channel, we haven't been, I don't hold any alts right now. And I'm gonna go crazy into alts when the time's right. And I'll tell you when that will be in a second, but should have all been Bitcoin right now. So, if you've been following the channel, we've been going in at about 28,000. We're at 25 now. It's like a 12% haircut off the price, and we're in a good position. I hope everyone else is okay if you've been getting wrecked by alts. But if you're on the sides thinking, should I buy or shouldn't I buy? This isn't financial advice. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I love this shit. The market's freaking the fuck out, and the price of stocks and shares and crypto and stuff, it all goes off expectations. The outlook for the future right now is really, really bad. And so from a sentiment point of view, if we have a look at the fear and greed, I don't know if it's ever been this low. Like, this thing's rock bottom. Yesterday it was rock bottom. Last month it was rock bottom. Last week, rock bottom. Like, it is bad. And if we have a look at the full history on the fear and greed, flick this out to the max, we can see that, moments like this was the coronavirus crash, beautiful time to buy. This was in the summer lull last year, beautiful time to buy. This is in December 2018, it was the bottom of the bear market. So we get these moments along here, you kind of just separate yourself from everything that's going on and be like, all right, from a historical point of view, when I look back in the past, is this going to be a good time to buy? Like, when the fear and greed's this low, this is all probabilities. When fear and greed's this low, let's have a look at the charts and I'll show you some of the things that I'm looking at. So I've had these lines in here for a really long time, right? And if you've been following the channel, you know that I've got a theory that's played out over and over again, where this support line, where we consolidated through in between the bear market and the next bull market, this consolidation line was where we were going to capitulate through, which, if you follow that up, is exactly where we capitulated through. And then what happens if you go back and look at my video that's like 7 videos down called Bitcoin from 2022 to 2025, and this will be clear, but there's also another line that gets formed through here where the price compresses into and then pops out of. And this line here becomes the following consolidation line, where we sort of find our bottom on, and we find support on that for a good year and a half, and then we rocket off it. And what's wild is when we eventually rocket off it, the previous market's consolidation line is where we top later. I know that might be a lot to process, but if you haven't looked at 2022 to 2025 video, go down and check it out. All right, let's look into the charts. This is the RSI on the weekly, right? And if we just zoom out, so this is relative strength index of the market. If we zoom out and look at when the RSI was this low, 1, That was the bottom in 2018. Corona didn't even get this low. 1, 2. And if we zoom the chart up, 1, the very bottom of 2015. 2, which was the very bottom of 2018, 2019. So what do you do? I mean, I can just tell you what I'm doing. I'm straddling up. This is the shit that I live for. This is what I've been waiting for. Wasn't buying at 69, 60, 50, 40, and anything, even 30 is all below 30. You know, not financial advice, but in my personal opinion, is now's the time to suck it up. Everything in the market is absolutely horrid and it's scary, and buying near the bottom is never ever comfortable. You never get given a platter. So let's have a look at the price. What do we got in here? So there's a couple of interesting things that I like the look of. We've got a very clear 1-to-1 from here to here coming up. So if we extrapolate that flagpole and bring it down to the top there, this would, a 1-to-1 would give us a price target of about $22,500. So that's an area of interest. So this would be bear flag down, the flagpole, and then into the actual flag pattern, and then flagpole down. So 22.5 is an area of interest. That also lines up with the 200-week moving average, which I know everyone's looking at these things now. Like the 200 weekly moving average is a really obvious thing that's coming in through here also at about 22, nearly 22,500. And you know, zooming out in history, we can see that every time we've sort of kissed this 200 weekly moving average, it's found the bottom. So it's definitely an area of interest. There's going to be a lot of people watching it. So it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't actually touch it, because there's going to be tons of buys waiting there. Oh, and something else, which is the first time we've had this in this bear market so far, is if we flick to the daily chart, for the first time, we've actually got a bullish divergence. So the RSI is going, if we can start to spin around now or sometime soon, the RSI is going higher. It's a higher low, while the price is going lower. So hopefully we can start to spin around soon, and then we're looking at a bullish divergence on the RSI, which would be absolutely fantastic. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. It's been obviously a pretty gnarly week in the markets. I hope everybody's all right. My prediction is that by September, and I'll show you why. My prediction is that by September, we're seeing the end of the bear market's done, and we're on our way up. And so that is pretty simply because we've got this downtrend. We've got this channel that we're getting stuck in. It's this falling wedge pattern. And then this top trend line, eventually we're going to break above that top trend line. And my guess is that when we break above that top trend line, that's when it's go time in the markets. And so we can see that by September, this sort of falling wedge pattern should have come to an end, and we should be breaking above that. So my guess is we're going to whip back up into here shortly, probably test it one more time, and then take off. So by the end of September, that's my guess, bull market's going to be back on. I don't think the prices go too much lower. I don't think we get into the teens. I think there's too many people waiting for it. I know it's scary to say when the price is falling off the cliff, but over the past couple of days, today about 4 hours ago, I finally got to all in. So I'm all in. I'm strapping my seatbelt on, and I love this shit. I've got a 3-year time horizon. 6-figure Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be there at by the end of 2024. So I'm just ready for the ride. Let's do this. I hope everyone's okay if you got affected by the Celsius situation, and I'll keep you updated on the channel. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend if you like this content, and I'll see you guys here next week.